He will lead Europe into the 2025 Ryder Cup in New York, following that emphatic victory in Rome.
Past couple of years have been crazy.
The man himself joins us in the studio now. Luke, congratulations.
Thank you. Quite the journey, really.
Everyone, put your hands together. You are the winners of the 2023 Ryder Cup champion!
Something that I could never really imagine. Good morning. No, I thought I might have an opportunity one day to be a captain.
Big breaking news that Henrik Stenson has been named as the Ryder Cup captain for Europe, and he'll be looking to reclaim the trophy back for them in Rome.
I think it's a bit of a surprise as well for a lot of people. Most people thought that Luke Donald was a shoo-in.
Threw my hat in the ring and it wasn't to be.
Vice captain once.
They went with Henrik.
Last year.
I thought my chance had gone.
Ryder Cup from Europe.
Henrik made some decisions that meant that more opportunities came my way.
Henrik Stenson's tenure has been brought to an immediate end.
Things happened and then I got the chance. And there's no way I was going to say no.
After as well.
Everyone that has everything to do with putting the Ryder Cup on, the backroom team, staff, we're all like one big family.
Some of these pictures are incredible. Is that Rory? No, that's Fitzy.
The atmosphere that we play in, they're always the most intense feelings.
When have you seen Fitzy this animated? Ever?
There's so many other people living or dying with your shots and your putts. It just makes it feel that much more special.
It's just so different than any other golf tournament.
There's a lot at stake, which makes it very, very sweet.
Hands down the best week ever.
I think this says it all. If I can make a mural of this, it's something incredible. That's me teeing off, I didn't even know.
I'd do whatever I need to do to be there. I'd make coffee for the lads. I'd do anything, clean the shoes. I'd do it all.
I think for the playing pool, you want to know who your captain's going to be as soon as possible.
I've been in too many team rooms
Can help.
to have any other view than the fact that the captain is really important, because the captain creates the platform for the players to play.
CG, it's all about trying to get the swirl.
I think a captain needs to be very aware of how each player likes to communicate.
Then you form the heart, right?
You got to create a culture in which the 12 players are 100% comfortable and 100% comfortable being themselves.
Oh, look at that. Made with love.
That's really, really important, because they're in an environment in a team that they're not used to. They've been playing with the mindset of an individual since 13 or 14 years of age. So when you put them in a team environment, it's an alien environment. And the captain's job is to take that alien environment and make it comfortable.
At that time, when Liv was just starting to make itself known, I knew there was going to be some challenges that captains had never faced before. There was some pressure. How can I get the guys in a good frame of mind with everything going on in the world of golf? How can I somehow beat this very, very, very strong, young American team?
Luke took that in his stride, and as soon as he became the captain, it almost became his whole world.
Hello everyone, Luke Donald here. I just wanted to say it is a huge honor for me to be your Ryder Cup captain, and one that I do not take lightly. I feel incredibly privileged to represent each and every one of you. I read a lot of books on leadership. I've got some notes written down in this notebook here early on about, the Ryder Cup being a great antidote to everything that was going on.
He's a really determined individual. He will bring great leadership skills. He'll bring the team with him, and that's the team, not only the players, but also the entire team we have behind who are all excited.
I knew he was going to be very thorough, the way he analysed his game and figured out a way to become world number one. I felt like he was going to do all the right things for Team Europe.
I was very happy having Thomas Bjorn and Edoardo Molinari as vice captains.
Thomas's experience as captain and Edoardo's knowledge in Italy and with a lot of the players, and they've already been working hard on things, and I think that's a fantastic statement.
Those two were very helpful in certain decisions.
Where do you want to go? Maybe go 3 and 4?
Nico was the next one. I felt like he understood what Ryder Cups were all about, and Nico certainly has that passion. I'd loved to have had Francesco playing on my team. It didn't quite work out, but I wanted him to be a vice captain with his brother there. And to have José's presence was truly special. There were times where José would sit down and talk, and you could hear a pin drop because everyone wanted to hear what José had to say. Seve was someone that put his arm around José and showed him the way. And one of my first goals when I got the captaincy was make sure I create connections that will last forever. You have to think about the ethos of how you can play for more than just yourself. That's at the heart of Ryder Cups.
When I look back at my career, Ryder Cups have always been top of the list. The passion, the relationships that are built. That's why the Ryder Cup is our heart. It was Tony Jacklin and Seve Ballesteros who changed the whole outcome of the Ryder Cup. Those two guys built the foundations for what we see today.
There's no doubt that Seve, combined with Tony, set a new standard of culture within the European team.
Tony changed our philosophy. All of a sudden, we felt special.
Seve embodied this sense of camaraderie and the little guy rising against the big guy. And also a sense of belief. And that culture has been handed down from generation to generation.
It's going to take a long time for this to sink in. It was just fantastic.
The likes of Jose Maria, Nick Faldo, Monty, Bernard Langer. There's people there that owned those big moments in the Ryder Cup, and then you have the next wave.
Clarkey, G-Mac, Westwood, they were definitely the ones to educate me on how big the Ryder Cup was.
For me, Ian Poulter, him and Sergio.
And I remember Sergio Garcia jumping around the team room with just pure excitement at Ryder Cup weeks. Not alone would he play 36 holes, but afterwards he'd be in the team room with his dinner in his lap watching the highlights on TV.
It was amazing watching those guys, and they were very inspiring.
You're playing for the past, present, and future generations of the game. Ego's out the window, we're all one. The second you go in and you see the way others behave, you realize how unique it is to be a part of it.
I've always said, if you want to really know what the Ryder Cup is all about, you have to be part of it. You have to experience it. And part of the job of the captain is to save that philosophy, that mentality.
Ryder Cup captaincy is a very humbling place to be as a player, because generally you're in your 40s. Your best playing days are behind you. You're winding down your career. And what's so humbling about it is it's not a faceless committee of people, business people, or the executive of the tour. It's actually the players who vote you to represent them.
With my golf subsiding a little bit, even though I've worked quite hard at it, the results haven't been as good as I would have liked. To have this Ryder Cup captaincy in Rome and now Bethpage, it's given me a great focus. And I think it's given me, something to really get my teeth into, and that's been really healthy for me.
Unfortunately, he maybe wasn't playing as well as he wanted to play, so he had the time and the bravery to take that job with less time than 2 years to do it.
At that year to go, it started to feel a little bit more real, I suppose. Doing stuff that I probably would have done 5 or 6 months before that I didn't have time to because of the circumstances. People from the Italian Federation, from the government, from Marco Simone, and it's a juggernaut of people that have to come together to make this work. And you really do feel that in that year to go event.
He's very measured in his approach. He's not a big conversationalist, so he listens to what people have to say. He goes away, thinks about it, and then he says, okay, this is my decision. I like that. I knew from having spoke to Luke that he was going to be a really good captain. I had a really good sense that he grasped it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the captain of the 2023 European Ryder Cup team, Luke Donald.
He's not the person to do anything out of logic or order. So you know he's going to do all the work that needs to be done, all the research that needs to be done to pick the best players possible.
A question for Mr. Luke Donald. What is the reason behind the change in the formation of the European team?
The change in the qualification?
Yes.
There's definitely been times in the past where, some players have managed to win 7-8 months out and kind of been almost guaranteed to make the team. I think giving myself more picks will give me an opportunity to pick the best informed team. I think that's hugely important, is to have those guys leading up to the Ryder Cup with a great opportunity of playing their best golf. So it's to give myself the opportunity of having the strongest 12 guys there.
Okay.
I have known Luke well for a long time. It's always somebody that I look to for advice, play practice rounds with. But I don't think anybody, if they're being honest, really knew how good he was going to be. The lady captain has so much to do as well. So much organising to do, so many things to think about.
You need to have a partner that's willing to do it as well, and somebody that is good enough to get that done.
I didn't really ever think about how many months of work went into like making that whole process so seamless. It was so much work that I didn't know, and then I make more work for myself because that's just the way that I am. So I came up with all kinds of new little things that I wanted to do too. Who told you that they're giving us the downstairs? Anyone need a pen?
Anyone that knows him, like Luke doesn't say much, but when he does, it's, you know, you listen and he's quite funny and it's quite good. And anytime Luke's not saying much, Diane is saying something.
We're in this amazing place, Rome, and Diane came up with some great ideas of creating themes around every day and the gifts and how to relate that to where we were and the history of Rome. And she came up with all these cards and little information and little tidbits.
So I took a job that should have been like, oh, let's do like headphones,
working on
a backpack, an iPad, and a blanket.
You know,
done. There's 5 days.
And these players probably like
all
walk
my
in.
days had a theme.
Can I finish,
with
please?
a joke and a card. I mean, yeah. So that was part of my.
Yeah, these cards were beautifully done, and like you wouldn't have expected. But Dan probably spent a month working on these.
On the same side, like with Luke, he took a lot more time doing all that other stuff too, right?
I'm trying to tell the story and be nice, and you're just interrupting me.
You know, I'm from the Midwest, and it's really hard for me to accept a compliment. So if we could just move past that part quickly, that would be great.
Diane's amazing. Diane is any advice that any of the partners or the wives need. You know, Diane is the one that they go to.
I love it. It's like this. I think it's very elegant. I cannot imagine. It's fine. In most Ryder Cups, I just...
They're both very meticulous in what they're doing, but she is the strong personality, decisive, we're doing this. This is what's going on. And anything Ryder Cup related that's not golf, that's where she can come in. We're doing this here, this is the dinner, this is the events, this is that. Something that's gonna take something off Luke's plate, right? And you can just tell that's that person.
Most Ryder Cups have one player that only plays that Ryder Cup. It's just the way that it is. So I always say that I planned Rome for my one player and my one wife, that was gonna be their like one and done. Do you see that as 4 stripes or 5 stripes? Like what's on there? So I just felt like I need to make it the best it can be for them. But there's always that period where you're looking back and you're thinking like, could I have done this better? Now that I'm doing it again, like what would I do differently? And some stuff, you know, definitely, I feel like on my end, we could do better this next time, but we'll see.
It's hot.
There's no doubt that a year ago from Rome, we were the underdogs. But that gap got smaller and smaller as the year went on.
Find some shark teeth.
When you look at certain players, it means a lot to them to be part of the Ryder Cup team. And somehow the players tend to raise their game as they get closer to the Ryder Cup.
I sit down with my team at the end of every year and I'm like, right, what's going to make me happy next year? And when it's a Ryder Cup year, I'm like, the only thing that's going to make me happy is being on the winning Ryder Cup team.
Today, Captain Luke Donald is going to be here to deliver us his 12-man team that will face the United States at the end of September.
Luke came to Hilton Head and like walked the tournament watching us play. And I remember being very stressed out that week.
Victory is all that Luke Donald has ever known in the Ryder Cup as a player, and he will be certainly hoping that that will continue now as the captain of Team Europe. Please, everyone, a warm welcome for Luke Donald. Let's just remind everyone at home of the automatic qualifiers. This was decided Sunday up on the mountain in Kranjsø.
When you've got 6 qualifiers and 6 picks, there's always going to be a few that could go either way.
My first pick is Tommy Fleetwood.
For Luke to show his faith in me, I'm really excited just to get with all my teammates now.
My second pick is Sepp Straka. My third pick is Justin Rose.
And I've always just felt like when you put on the shirt, you know, and you've got the crest on your chest, it's just like it inspires you to be the best version of yourself.
I knew that Luke knew what I could bring. That's what made me confident that I was going to get a pick.
Making his second appearance, my fourth pick is Shane Lowry.
And then the week before I got the call, yeah.
Incredibly proud, grateful, all of the above. Very excited for Rome.
It means so much to me. Yeah, going forward it's the same. It doesn't change.
My fifth pick is Nicolai Højgaard.
You're not going to pick 4 or 5 rookies just for the sake of giving them experience to play the next Ryder Cup. You want to pick a team that's going to get the job done.
Let's do the final pick.
Yes, this is someone again who will be making his Ryder Cup debut. He is the latest winner on the DP World Tour and showed in Kran that he has the potential to be one of golf's superstars. So my sixth and final pick is Ludvig Åberg.
I just finished up with a prize giving ceremony, and I was sitting in some office in the clubhouse, and I had a FaceTime from Luke, and I felt like my heart started pounding a little bit more, and then it was very cool.
Way back in January, I remember Eduardo Molinari saying, "Hey guys, there's a young kid at college in America. He's going to turn pro when he graduates. If this guy is half as good as the stats I'm seeing, don't dismiss him as being a Ryder Cup player." And we all kind of laughed at Eduardo and said, "Yeah, right, he's going to turn pro and within 2 months he'll be a Ryder Cup player." I don't think so.
He continued to progress, and I challenged him so he'd come over to Europe and play a couple of weeks.
Luke nurtured him, Luke communicated with him, then he started putting a bit of pressure on him to see if he could react to the pressure. And we ended up with a new Ryder Cup player.
If you would have told me a couple of months ago that I was going to be in these conversations, probably wouldn't have believed you. But, obviously super, super fortunate to be in this position. And I can't thank the captain and the vice captains enough. If I was somewhere from the outside looking in and why would you pick this guy? Because he was in school a couple of months ago. With a win on the European Tour, I guess it justified it a little bit more.
Sergio Garcia coming into the team way back in the late 1990s in the same way. A guy like that coming in, a special talent, a generational talent, why not take a chance?
There's always people that are disappointed that they didn't get in, and from my standpoint, yeah, the human element, it's tough.
I remember him getting that call in 2014. Oh my gosh, and I had never seen him so upset. So we've been there. I've seen it firsthand.
After we had our 12, the focus really turned to the practice trip and how important that was and getting that piece of the puzzle right. We're 12 strong now. We know where we stand and what we need to do. So excited for the next 3 weeks and obviously the road to Rome.
For the captain, There is extra pressure when you play at home. You have to have a plan and try to find those motivations that can encourage and inspire the team.
Going into Rome, circumstances allowed the prep to go to a new level. The players were overplaying the BMW PGA. It was an opportunity there to get down to Italy and see the golf course. And also for Luke to start taking his communication and strategy to another level and communicating that with the players.
I always tell people, making the team is the easiest thing. The ultimate goal is to win, and that's why we're here, and that's where the journey starts today.
This was really our first time we'd ever done an official practice trip. So to get together a couple of weeks before the Ryder Cup, all in the same room, we started building those relationships, those connections.
Guys, I wanted to make the first tee experience a memorable one.
We had the opera singer, Seve banner on the stands. We had the team outfits. It was quite special.
We tried to start thinking about some of the pairings, getting people together that might be playing in foursomes, four balls, get them comfortable with each other.
Playing the golf course and seeing Marco Simone was great, but the magic of that trip was what happened on either side of the golf.
I think we molded very quickly into a team, into a family.
We had a great fireside chat where we opened up together as a team. It really created this amazing sense of togetherness.
He asked us what the Ryder Cup means to you and how did you start golf?
People became vulnerable and told their story. And I think that let others open up in ways that we've probably never opened up to each other.
Everyone grew up like with not much, you know. Their families work very hard to give them golf and give them what they have. And everybody puts their success and their career down to trying to look after their parents and give back to their parents and their families.
When you see great players who have had the success they've had be vulnerable with each other like that, I think it creates a bond and a sense of security that you can't replicate.
We had some superstars, we had rookies. My biggest goal was to try and take that hierarchy away a little bit.
I hadn't met Jon Rahm before, I hadn't met Rory before. These guys have won multiple major championships, but yet they're listening to me telling a story about how I played golf when I was younger.
We were just so close straight away. We were all very excited about what was to come.
I spent half the time playing in Wentworth thinking about the Ryder Cup. That's how impactful that trip was.
We all played together in Wentworth. You know, we were sitting around having lunch together, staying in the same hotel. It was like, it felt like we were together like 3 weeks.
I think we were all quietly confident that, that we were going to be able to get the job done.
We had a lot of information regarding stats that Luke gathered through Eduardo. That really impressed me. We realized that we were not all that far away. And if we bring our A game, we're going to have a chance of winning.
Once we got back to Rome on the Monday of the Ryder Cup, we'd already broken down some of those barriers. There was no awkwardness, there was no kind of feeling each other out. We were a team already by then. I'm very excited about the team that I have. I'm very excited about the challenge ahead and looking forward to it finally to get going. When you first get to a Ryder Cup week, it's a different sensation, especially if you're one of the rookies, and we had 4 rookies there. But the guys, they've been to their rooms, they've been to the golf course. They've experienced some of those things already and felt a lot more comfortable by the time Monday came. As captain, you have to be confident. I certainly have a lot of belief in my team. I know it's going to be a difficult next few days. The US are very strong, we know that. We are coming off our worst defeat ever in a Ryder Cup. We have our work cut out.
It is a record-breaking victory for the USA.
Whistling Straits hurt me as a player and as a person.
The more and more I play on this event, I realize that it's the best event in golf, bar none.
The fact that you feel like you've let everyone else down.
I just can't wait to get another shot at this.
Rome was a chance for redemption.
Yes, there was a changing of the guard, but it was important that we didn't panic. What Rome proved was how quickly we could go back on the horse again.
I've seen most of the players today. A few were just arriving as I was leaving, but yeah, I'll see them all tonight.
We had a lot of players on form. Nobody backed into the team. Everybody made the team going forward and on form. And then it was for Luke to kind of knit it all together.
Oi! I said 6 o'clock. It's 5:55. Anyway, listen, I did want to have a quick chat to you before I talk to the players, because, to be honest, your role this week is just as important as their role. It's your job, I think, as caddies to make them understand that they have an amazing opportunity this week. We have not lost at home for 30 years. And then the other factor that we have is our unity, as Billy says. Seve is a big part of this week. He's always the ultimate symbol of what a European golfer is like. And I think nobody who knows Seve as well in here is Billy Foster. Billy is going to be playing his 15th Ryder Cup. 25 points you've contributed. And as a token of my appreciation, this is for you, Billy. I know thank you so much. Something you might have wanted for a long time, but it's for you. It's got all the years you've been on the Ryder Cup. Well, it's covered up, but it's the Ryder Cup.
Thank you so much. These are the best days of your life. And make sure you treasure this week. It might be the only one you ever do. It might be one of 16 that you're doing go past me. But I mean, they're so special. It means so much. Thank you so much.
Let's hope that's not the last trophy we're getting this week, okay? You get Fitzy 4 points, you become the all-time scorer in Ryder Cup history. Sergio has 28.5. You've contributed just as many, so well done.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you so much.
All right, boys. We'll see you upstairs in a little bit. Enjoy the night and enjoy this week. It's going to be a fun one. Monday was a pretty relaxing day, but it's a long week. And then that first evening was a little bit of a tip of the hat to the families. I told each player to be in their room at 5 p.m. to be ready to receive their first gift for the week, and it was a video.
all the wives and girlfriends pulled the phone out, and we all had an individual video of somebody that meant a lot to us.
So my video was from my parents.
I had Frankie. Yeah, can't even talk about it now.
2, take 1.
They talked about how proud they were of me and what it means to them to have me on that stage, and yeah, it's yeah.
Whether it be people's parents or siblings or coaches or caddy in my case and Harry, it just really gave us a sense that, you know, we're not alone in this and there's so many people that are in our corner.
I think I probably played it about 6 times before I actually managed to see it with tears in my eyes. At the end of the video, there was a line that said, the sun is shining on you now. And it was like, it was intense, that one. Yeah, it was amazing.
I think when you come down for dinner then and you start to talk about it, I think the rookies definitely then get a sense of what this actually means and what this week is about.
We all came back and we had an edited version of the videos, you know, kind of together, little snippets.
It really hit hard afterwards in the team room. On this couch is Tommy, myself, Nikolai, and Ludvig. First part of the video is Frankie Fleetwood talking to Tommy. Tommy starts crying and I lose it right after him. I mean, this is full-on movie breakup, just...
How many times are you going to sit there crying with like somebody that you play against every week? It was, and be so absolutely okay with it. Like it was, you just let everything out, you let everything go.
And then you see the two stoics, 21 and 23-year-olds next to us, just looking at me and Tommy, like, what is this?
Welcome to this very special...
For me, coming in, I didn't really realize that it meant that much to some of those guys.
From England, Tommy Fleetwood.
It was an eye-opener for me because those guys were showing so much emotion, and obviously they care so much. It makes me want to play even better and win for them.
Ludvig Åberg.
It's a wave of emotion that you can't get ready for.
From Spain, Jon Rahm.
It was an unbelievable start to the week.
From Ireland, Lowry.
Forever, I think that'll be one of the most special things anybody's ever done for me. I'll keep it forever. But it was good that we got that out of the way on Monday, because if somebody had told me to hit a golf shot after that, I mean, there was no chance.
I actually remember getting laughed at by one American journalist because I told him I cried. That definitely adds fuel to the fire.
Ryder Cup weeks are very busy weeks. When you get there on a Monday until the first shot on Friday, it's all go, 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 go.
It's just so intense from the get-go.
Your practice rounds are difficult. Big crowds out there, you're signing autographs, you're playing the Ryder Cup, so your head's a bit frazzled. You want to be playing well, so you're a bit intense.
As a collective, the fact that they had the practice sessions a couple of weeks previously took the pressure off preparation for the players and the caddies. So we could glide a little bit into Friday.
Tell us about the journey into golf, please.
Yeah, so as the week went on, it was just planning preparation. It was pretty much stone cold. This is our plan. This is the job that we're here to do.
I felt like the team atmosphere, the unity in the team was great. Each and every day, it got a little bit lighter in the evenings. We played some funny videos and some jokes.
Let's have the best week ever. Let's have a good night.
We did bring Novak in. So every time you play in one, you get one of these, which is kind of cool. Just to give them a little bit of like, come on, you know, this is how you do it from one of the greatest athletes of all time.
I feel like part of the family, to be honest, and I thank them really from the bottom of my heart. I'll carry this with me for a very long time.
When we had team dinners, it wasn't the same guys sitting with each other. They were all mixing around, the wives, the girlfriends, the partners, and we all get along well. We are together, we are one, enjoying each other's company and on a mission to win the Ryder Cup.
I think Diane Donald needs a round of applause for that one too.
I felt like we really had an opportunity to be like, this is Ryder Cup and this is what it's all about.
We'll start and then just, you know, pick some other people, yeah?
She wanted to create a really special experience for everyone. Even the little things in our room every night when we got back from dinner and how well she just looks after all the girls. And to do what we did on the Spanish Steps on the Wednesday night, it was amazing. I think it's only the second time in history that the Spanish Steps has been closed off to the public for an event.
Almost as nerve-wracking as the rest of the golf was trying to get down those stairs without slipping.
We were greeted almost like rock stars, and that was the first experience for that for me.
Good for you. Yes, I love a picture.
It was like a movie premiere down there. It was pretty cool.
Even better that Fitzy got lost. That was the best. They lost their escort. In Rome, without an escort, it's hard to navigate. That is a lot of pressure knowing you're an hour late and trying to go down the steps. I felt bad for them.
That's right, guys. Start with Andy first, please. Okay, we're good.
I put a lot of time and energy into that, and I think it made a huge difference.
I enjoy everything that comes along with the Ryder Cup. I love going to the gala dinner. I love the opening ceremony. But it's all part of the experience.
Going to be meeting Team USA, Team Europe, and of course, hearing from our captain, Luke Donald. So it's all going to be happening. It's the opening ceremony, so please grab yourself a beer, get yourselves comfortable, and bring yourselves down to the barriers so you can see what's going on.
The opening ceremony, it's a big moment for the captain because they have to do a speech, something I certainly worked on a lot. We've spent many days trying to get it right, the deliverance of it and the way it was written.
Signore e signori, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the men who are hoping to win the Ryder Cup bout, led by their captain, Luke Donald, Team Europe!
And just listen to that reception for Team Europe. Leading the night is Captain Luke Donald. Behind him are his 5 trusted vice captains and 12 players who all believe they've got what it takes to defeat the US team and get the trophy back.
Stimati signore e signore, vi do il benvenuto alla Ryder Cup.
And the first couple sentences were fully Italian. I think that went down well with the local crowd.
La quale rappresenta per me personalmente il momento più importante di tutta la mia carriera golfistica.
I was sitting beside the Molinaris and I was asking them, is this good? And they're like, this is like, you wouldn't believe how good this is.
As this year's European Ryder Cup captain, I'm humbled and honored to lead these 12 incredible golfers behind me.
For me, it was just about showing to my team that, you know, we were ready, that I was ready to lead them.
Over the next 3 days, we will play for far more than ourselves. We will play for the spirit of unity that binds this team and for the future generation of golfers who will look back on this Ryder Cup and find inspiration in our play, our sportsmanship, and our determination.
As a team sitting behind him there, you're like, right, we're one up. And straight away. You know, and they might not think like that, but I certainly thought like that.
Thank you everyone for being here to witness this historic occasion, and please enjoy the next 3 days. Forza Europa!
We were ready, and by Friday, once the pairings are in, now it's time to go. It's time to get the job done.
This is our first real scouting trip of Bethpage. Got some of the team behind the team, myself, Diane, and Eduardo Molinari's here. Dodo.
How are you?
How are you?
See you.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How are you feeling?
A little bit.
It's the middle of the night. We're going to look at the course, we're looking at the hotel, the team rooms.
Their idea is to bring some food trucks in and kind of use that outdoor space as well.
I'm a very detail-oriented guy. Little things matter. And some kind of temperature control in it.
Yeah.
Anytime you can be very detail-oriented, I think you're giving yourself a better chance. Usually don't get to see all this stuff.
Yeah.
Before I played in the Ryder Cup, I had said, the Ryder Cup's an exhibition. It'll be nice to play in, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important to me. I think were the exact words. When I realized that what I had said was so far off the mark, it was probably when I got to Celtic Manor in 2010. I got down to the range at 6:30 in the morning to warm up, and the first tee grandstand's already full, and they're singing songs and they're chanting, and just that atmosphere. It really struck me what the Ryder Cup was and what it meant.
There is nothing quite like Friday morning and the first tee at the Ryder Cup.
It happens so quickly, you know, it's like a lot of emotions.
Golf's great gladiatorial contest comes to Italy for the very first time.
You were nervous, just like if you were playing, almost more because you don't have any control, but I was excited to get going.
My alarm was 4:30 or something, and you don't need that. You're like, bang, up out of bed.
I don't know how else to describe it, but there's just this kind of built up, like, aggressive silence, if you like.
You're ready to go, and The excitement levels are through the roof.
You're just ready.
First up for Team Europe, Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton.
My heart was right up here, pretty much for the whole warm-up, but just that walk from the putting green all the way in, it's nerve-wracking.
And here they come.
And you want to try to appear cool and in control, right? But I mean, it's just, you can feel your heartbeat just go off completely.
It's 14.5 points to win the Ryder Cup for Europe.
It's an uncomparable experience, that first team in the Ryder Cup. Put it in the fairway and moved on.
We were very confident on Friday morning. We had some very strong pairings on paper. But then it's always down to the players.
Tight lie from the fringe. Lob wedge grabs here. Pick the right play, right in the hole.
The funny thing is, Luke said to me on the Thursday, Seve's laid back. You know, it's important that I don't get too fired up. Victor chips in, and I'm just jumping around the first tee like an absolute idiot. Seve is too, and I'm like, that's not Seve. It's just amazing that stuff like that just happens.
The momentum's great. If you can get off to a good start, that's pretty big in Ryder Cups, over 18 holes. So we were pretty excited that we were winning some holes early.
Chances. Jon Rahm finds the cup. Hovland. Oh, and straight in the centre.
I got the heads up from Luke that I was going to play with Victor quite early. Victor came out hot through the gates, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the week.
I knew I was going to be playing foursomes with Tommy. That was pretty much set in stone for a while. We played our similar golf ball. Our games really complement each other. So we had so much time to prepare.
Everything's been done at this point. It's just time to go and play. For you at the back, if it is going well, it's your job to keep it going.
Europe go 2 up.
But also what can happen is you just ride the wave, you just ride the momentum that everybody else has built for you.
And there is blue on the leaderboard in every single match.
But yeah, it's always better to hear the roars than it be quiet.
Oh no, that is outrageous.
We played very well. We had great partnerships that fed off each other. They played extremely well. They were up for the challenge and got up early, and they kind of just rode that momentum. A lot of blue early on the board, and that was the goal, you know, especially when you're at home, you want the crowd to sort of get behind the players, and that's exactly what happens.
What an inspired pairing. Unbelievable.
God, Tyrrell and I played so good that day. I mean, it was absolutely incredible how well we played together.
Call as you like.
This is an absolute dream start for us. You literally couldn't script it any better.
Europe 3, the United States 0.
Everybody else at the front had done such a great job. Our job really at the back was to try and make sure that that momentum stayed.
And he's found one.
For all those pairings to have the certainty and they know who they're playing with, they know what to expect. I think that was part of the reason why we got off to such a great start.
Oh, Rory, my God. Wow.
We'd never won the first session 4-0 before. That's what you want to do in Ryder Cups. You want to do something that just never happened before.
Just this avalanche hit America so fast and so quick that they were a boxer on the ropes in the first round. And it's a long way back from the ropes in the first round to win him a Ryder Cup.
There's not a lot of time between rounds, so they knew the plan, they knew what to expect.
Luke made sure that, hey, this doesn't mean anything. There's so much golf left to be played, and this was a great start, but let's keep playing and put the foot down.
The first afternoon's play in the 2023 Ryder Cup. This afternoon there will be 4 ball matches.
Oh, never in doubt. Blue on the board again.
He's for a 3. Unbelievable! What a start from the Dane.
Are you kidding me? He's done it. The US is leading in a match.
Fitz in that 4-ball match on Friday just got off to an absolute flyer.
And even McIlroy saying this is ridiculous.
I birdied the 7th, so at least I did something.
6 up through 7 holes.
Once we got up heavily early, then we sort of cruised to the finish.
Nikolai, he was the one making birdies in the front 9 to keep us in the match.
He's done it again.
Just for the win. Beautiful.
Look at this one. Look at this one from Justin Rose.
We were playing 2 fantastic, outstanding players in Scotty and Brooks. So you know it's going to be a battle.
Got it. Magnificent putt from Koepka.
It's a tough scenario because 16, right, you're 1 down. A birdie on 16 is just not going to do it.
Vitally important.
So let's see if I can give this a run.
This will get there all the way.
He may hold it. Oh, for goodness sake, what a shot from Jon Rahm. Match tied.
Going into 17, leaving that putt short, dead center of the hole was one of the most painful things I've had in my golf career. And then watching Scotty make her on top of me. I'm walking up 18 and I am pissed. Pissed. But while we're on the fairway, we see Viktor Hovland make his putt to tie the match on the group in front of us.
Oh my goodness me.
Part of me is kind of thinking, man, that's not going to happen twice in a row for Europe. Like, this is not going to happen. Luckily, I was able to swing as hard as I wanted, hit a great drive, and give myself a good chance.
That ball's walking right after the hole.
Nikolai just had to say the magic words. He knows what to say. He knows how to push my buttons too, and it's just do what Seve would do. And I was like, well, Jesus.
I don't believe that. That is just unbelievable. What a finish.
Again.
If you look at defining moments in the Ryder Cup, the half hour that played out on that last hole, nothing could go wrong for us.
Just like that.
And Rosie's one was just, that was the icing on the cake.
So Hovland made, Rahm made. Now it's over to you, Justin Rose.
absolutely extraordinary.
This is for you,
and you, and you, and you. It was unbelievable. It was such a good way to finish that first day.
It's a special moment for us, never mind for him. Just the perfect ending, perfect person to do it, perfect end to a perfect day.
Every single player on that team earned a point, or at least half a point, contributed to the score, and that had never been done.
How the f did we win that session? Huh? Am I allowed to say that?
You're in the locker room after it finishes, and like I remember José Maria walked by me and he's in tears crying because this means so much to him.
It was wonderful to be part of that, and on top of it, to watch the team deliver the way they did. You know, I've been in a few Ryder Cups, and that was special.
Yes, boys.
The goal was always to keep winning sessions. It was a positive vibe in the team room. The energy was good, the camaraderie was good. It was easier discussion for me as the captain to talk to the guys after what a great Friday that was.
We knew what the task was. We went to bed feeling great, but we knew that we had to get up the next day and do the same all over again.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and welcome to day 2 of the 44th Ryder Cup.
It would have been kind of silly of us to change the pairings up, having just made history the morning before. We just switched Rory and Tommy with Jon and Tyrrell. Victor and Ludvig just went off unbelievably fast to take apart Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka.
This may not last much longer.
Someone told me they were back in the clubhouse at like 10.
Game over, 9 and 7.
The biggest margin ever.
Another piece of history created.
Oh, he's done it.
That these American players are so good.
It is to win the match. Hello. Oh, Max Homer. And it is the first victory this week for the United States of America. What a way to do it.
That is the essence of foursome sometimes. You get that momentum and it's hard to get it back.
McIlroy does it again at 17, and that is another point on the board for Team Europe.
We were going to win 3 matches quite comfortably on Saturday morning.
It's over. Europe 9.5. The United States of America 2.5.
We had a nice lead, so we had the ability to change it up a little bit, but the US came back strongly. They started to find a little bit of form and momentum, and they got up early.
Morikawa, there it is.
The one thing in four balls, if you get up early and you get a clear lead, it's very, very difficult for the other team to come back.
Match play is interesting where you have the momentum in your back. And Colin and Sam, they play good golf, and we didn't.
Me and Nikolai, I was very proud of how we fought in that match because we were down so early. But you definitely get some tired shots towards the late afternoon.
Beautiful.
We talked about Rosie playing with Tommy potentially on Saturday, but I did feel like Bobby needed to go out there again. They got a valuable half point on Friday, and I felt like if we didn't play him again on Saturday, that he might struggle on Sunday.
McIntyre with the chance, and he makes it, no mistake.
I think that was great for Bob. You know, Bob obviously found something on the green on that Saturday afternoon.
Well done, well done.
Made a couple putts and just got him going. And Rosie played so well. Once they won their match, there was a big momentum shift in that last group with Cantley and Wyndham playing Rory and Fitz.
It was a great match, back and forth. And then there was some mumblings that Patrick wasn't wearing a hat because it was a silent protest for the Americans not getting paid to play. And I'll never forget walking down the 16th hole and there are 20,000 people waving their hats in the air. It was an amazing moment.
I followed his last few holes of the match. He actually is like he was enjoying it.
Patrick made a really good putt for birdie for the half to stay one down. And then on 17, Patrick made a great putt there.
Poured it right in the middle.
All square going down the last. It turned from a match thinking that we were going to win into a bit of a dogfight.
This is a huge moment. If Cantley manages to find the bottom of the cup here, they can still win the hole.
And win the session 3-1.
Patrick held his putt. They all started waving their hats, which is fine and funny and whatever. But Patrick's caddy, Joe, just sort of stood there a little bit longer than he should have. I was trying to read my putt and he was in the way and asked him to move, and he didn't take too kindly to that.
Once Rory tells Joe to get out of the way, for Joe to get in his face, it's just not the prettiest sight, right? You don't want to see that.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, Fitz and I came out on the wrong side of it. And then the sort of fun and games happened after that.
We went into the locker room that evening and we were like, there's no way these are beating us tomorrow. They just can't. We can't let this happen.
You know, it didn't worry me. Ryder Cups are a great rivalry. It creates a lot of tension, a lot of passion, a lot of anxiety. There's always going to be some things that overflow. And I think the emotions in Rory kind of stirred up, and the time he got out to the parking lot, he was pretty fired up.
As soon as I saw anyone with an American jersey on, I went at them. Not my proudest moment, but I felt like what happened on the 18th green and then what spilled over into the car park, like it almost made us feel we were more ready than ever to go out on that Sunday and to all win our points and get that Ryder Cup back.
We were up 10.5, 5.5. We would have taken that every day of the week, you know, at the beginning of the week.
To be in that position, it was wonderful. But anything can happen. You have to keep the foot on the pedal and at least try not to give them any room to breathe.
There we go. Singles is so different. From the practice rounds to the first 2 days, you're always in a 4-ball, you're always with your teammates. So you definitely switch your mind to looking after your individual point and playing your game again.
What do you think here?
It's going to be loud. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
it's going to be rowdy.
Rowdy,
You
yeah.
guys are going to be in for it.
Yeah. Gonna have to.
The New York fans are tough, man.
Yeah, I know. We know.
The captain's got to have a sense of who's playing well and who's up for it.
Jack? Nice to meet you, Jack. Meet you.
Who's got a personality to play at the top? Who's got the personality to play down the bottom? That's the captain's instinct. You don't want to always put all your top players up at the top, and you do need some to sit back. Luke measured all of that up.
We were very uninvolved, if you like, in how matchups went, what number we would go out. All trust went into Luke.
Good morning and welcome to the final day of the 44th Ryder Cup.
The most daunting walk in all of professional golf.
This is match number 1.
RBT from England, Luke Donald.
Ryder Cup captain, please.
Ryder Cup captain.
Representing the United States of America, Scotty Scheffler.
Once it's time to go, it's time to go. I think you got to try and execute the plan.
Representing Europe, Jon Rahm.
I still get nervous thinking about it. Still get nervous.
See you guys. Thanks. Have a good day. See you. Have a good day.
The crowd are ready. The world's best players have shown they are ready.
We both have a job as being the first ones off to earn a point for our team. It was the hardest 18 holes mentally I've ever had, yeah.
We were very fortunate insofar as we had the 3 top players in the game all playing well in Rory, Jon Rahm and Viktor Hovland.
It's in! Europe off to an absolute flyer.
I think with what happened with Cantlay and I the previous day, we put before. It worked out perfectly because Patrick was at 3 and I got Sam Burns.
When you ignite Rory's heart, that's when he's at his best. And I think Luke did a great job of that.
Came out looking pretty determined. Anytime something like that happens, you try and use it as fuel.
When I saw Rory then the next morning, it was like, oh boy, well, Rory's winning. We played really good golf that day, and for the most part, traded birdies.
Jon got up early. Scotty came back. One of the reasons we rested him on Saturday afternoon, so he could have his best form on Sunday. It was a battle.
And the spoils are shared.
We're half a point closer to get into 14 and a half. And then Rory won pretty quickly afterwards.
And it's another point to the Europeans.
I played great. I think I was 8 under for the 17 holes that we played.
Viktor, Rory and Tyrrell all played unbelievable.
Huge for Europe.
They need a half point now.
By that time, we were at 14 points and pretty close to victory.
You want to be those guys.
Then it just proved difficult to us with the strength in depth that's on the US team.
Patrick wins 2-1 against Justin Rose.
And it is a victory for Brooks Koepka.
It seemed like we were stuck on 14 for a long time.
I feel like we were always going to get there, but when you're out there, you obviously think the worst in a way.
Me and Tommy and Bob were 10, 11 and 12. We were putting on our shoes and I just turned around to the lads and I said, well, lads, I don't know about you, but I hope this doesn't come down to me.
We were all joking about how we wanted no part in this Ryder Cup singles. We were like, we're just very happy to just, you know, be out there at the back, just let everybody else take care of it.
I got off to a shocking start. I was 3 down through 5. I looked at the board. I'm like, it could come down to me. Then I got going.
Felt pretty sick, really, for the last 2 hours.
Bob was a couple up and then he went back to all square.
There's nothing in this.
Tommy was 2 up, went back to 1 up.
There was a time where I was like, geez, I don't know if this is going to happen.
This to win the Ryder Cup for Europe.
Matt had a chance to tie it down the last. Sep had a chance to tie it down the last. Couldn't quite find that last half point.
Somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to get half a point.
Hot to win the match now. Nicely done from Xander.
You're gonna have to wait a bit, boys. What a fight from him, huh?
Things looked dark for a second.
Tensions are high.
Just to tie the hole. Ouch.
So I was 1 up. I had a really good chance on 15.
Starting to think this is the crucial match, isn't it?
Now anything can happen on the last few.
So Tommy was on the 16th tee. We were all thinking, well, if he wins this, he's 2 up, 2 to go. Ryder Cup is ours again.
16. 1 down.
And I remember listening on the radio, Ricky just hitting the water. This is our chance now.
Could be it.
Fleetwood still got to go.
But all that ran through my head was I'm 1 good shot away from winning the Ryder Cup. This is it. When I looked up, it was straight and it wasn't moving, and I was like, that'll do for me.
What a time to hit the shot of your life.
And I heard a massive roar from 16. And I knew that was it.
I was like, oh, I think we've done it here. Talk about dreams.
Who has 2 putts to win the hole and to win the Ryder Cup for Europe.
Pretty good putt. And then Ricky said it's good, so that's even better. I'll just pick it up, thanks.
He knows the significance of that.
Tommy turned around and just faced the crowd. The most expressive I've ever seen Luke.
It was the greatest sense of relief and joy and euphoria and all these sort of mixed emotions.
It was surreal. There was a sense of just, you know, pure joy and happiness.
Still actually had to play. I got to the 17th tee and there's pandemonium. Shane hold his putt then to go 1 up. Bob was behind doing great. That just added icing on the cake. And then there was a shot, nobody even saw it. I think I lipped out for a hole-in-one on 17 and nobody ever saw it.
I wasn't a part of the team for 9 years. To be there, it made me feel truly special. I remember I closed my eyes for a while and I went back to 87. I had a couple of tears in my eyes like now. That's why I've always said that the Ryder Cup is so special.
Great job, love you.
Thanks so much for trusting me. This is my dream, honestly.
Well done.
Wow.
What a comeback.
Good match.
Very good match.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Good match.
A magnificent win. How proud to lead your team to this victory.
Oh, I'm pretty emotional.
That's fine. Take a moment. You're going to get where you go as well.
It's been a long process. It's been an amazing journey, and I enjoyed this one. So proud of my 12 guys. We formed a bond. We play for each other, and we'll share those memories forever.
So good, Luke.
So happy for you. You've been exceptional from day one. And thank you for letting me give this gift.
How does that feel?
I think why Luke was so good was because he never let us get too high, never let us think that the job was done.
You know, it's the first time ever I cry on a golf course.
I cried again.
Any of my weeks.
You look at him on TV, you look at him in the meetings,
That's such a great job.
and you just couldn't help but look at him and feel confident and poised and like, well, I know my captain's ready, so if he's ready, you know, I'm ready too.
Sorry I didn't see you out there. I knew you didn't need me. Love you, pal. Wonderful. Well done.
So proud of us all.
So happy we did it. Did you have to put me out at the back?
It's getting a little stressful at the end. That's why I knew I could count on you. Absolutely.
I was so proud of all the guys. It's so satisfying, I think, to be like on the other side and to kind of help engineer and steer that personal growth that happens for these players.
Been great. Thank you.
A lot of words I could share, but congratulations. Thank you.
I've been involved in a lot of Ryder Cups and watched a lot of others too, and in my view, the performance of the team as a collective in Italy was the best I've ever seen from a European team.
Please make some noise for the winners of the 2023 Ryder Cup, led on by their captain, Luke Donald. It's Team Diane!
Luke instilled a lot of belief in us. His organisation was unbelievable. And I think the biggest compliment you could possibly give to Luke is we were stood there on that podium, if you like, at the end, and all we wanted was 2 more years of Luke.
What's the secret? Tell us that.
I just got out of the way, to be honest.
2 more years! 2 more years! 2 more years! 2 more years!
We didn't talk about it for like a couple days after Rome ended, and then I think it was like Wednesday. He was like, so I think I really want to do New York. And I was like, great.
to win like we did was amazing. Would have been easy to walk away, and yeah, job done. I'm out of here. Good luck.
That's the press conference intro.
But that's not really my personality.
Just for a bit of level, Dick.
1, 2, 3. Here we are in the Big Apple, New York City.
It's such a huge hill to climb to win in Bethpage, but the challenge of that was exciting. I just feel like life's short. Like, why not see what you can do?
This is my life, waiting for my better half. But, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way.
The most important aspect of a captain is having the players' respect. I can't imagine anyone having it more than Luke.
Thank you. Well done for making it look like you're still talking.
Yeah. Plenty of time for that. Morning.
When you were there and part of it, I think the obvious thing to do was Luke do it again.
David?
How are you, Luke? Good to see you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
If we're going to go to a very, very difficult place and win there,
Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you back here.
we've got to look at things very, very differently. The first step to do that is to hit the ground running with somebody who knows the job.
All right, cheerio. Let's have fun. Be nice to me, Luke. I think when I said yes, I wasn't really thinking everything through. I mean, this is a big challenge. It's not going to be easy, but I love that.
Please welcome from England, Luke Donald.
The landscape is different, even from Rome. Two of the guys decide to go to live, and you know, I respect their decisions. It's just things you have to navigate.
Mark Cannizzaro from the New York Post. This is for Luke. What is your plan with regard to live players?
It's fair to assume that I might have disappointed a few people. But the person that I have been hasn't changed. No matter where I am in the world, no matter where I play golf, Ryder Cup to me is still the Ryder Cup. You want to be a part of it. Waterboy, I don't care. You definitely want to be there.
The DP World Tour's policies have been very consistent, and if you fulfill the regulations and the rules that the DP World Tour set, then you're eligible. So there's a bunch of live guys that play on live that they're eligible now, so I can pick them at will.
The name Luke Donald in that locker room has a lot of weight. I do remember getting a text because Luke was mentioning how the second the champagne shower started, he got absolutely blasted in the face. Yeah, that's me. I was not going to miss that opportunity of doing that.
For sure, I want my biggest pool of players that I can pick from.
We're going to start.
I'm going to need 12 strong guys to bring to New York.
Take the weight off. Yeah.
We'll be ready for the challenge. John, Tyrrell, they're both eligible to be a part of that Ryder Cup. So I'm excited to have as many people as I can to pick from.
Great stuff. Appreciate you, pal. Luke, you said Italy last year was the high point of your career. How much more would it be to put a cherry on top of winning an away match?
At the end of the day, nothing is impossible, especially in golf.
It's only ever been done once before about the European captain to win a home and away, and that was Tony Jacklin. It's a lot to live up to. We all know how challenging and difficult it can be to win away.
Bethpage is probably the biggest challenge a European team has ever had winning away from home.
I'm trying my best to put a good plan in place and think about a lot of things that could help our team have the best chance of success. And Certainly hope to be ready in 51 weeks' time.
I think it's a very exciting challenge. All that comes with it is opportunity, really.
It's going to be a very electric environment for the US team, right? So you're going to need a captain that can handle that. He can definitely do it.
It's a boisterous crowd for sure, but that's fun, you know, and I think you never as a competitor want to walk away from those kind of challenges.
Well, he was never afraid.
With the team that we have and the experience that we have and the captain that we have, we've got our best chance since 2012 to win a Ryder Cup away from him.
Somehow I believe in miracles. Don't ask me why, but I believe in them.
One of the most special things you'll ever do is be in a Ryder Cup team.
Come on, you're right!
No better feeling in the game of golf. We all share those memories together, and no one can take that away from us.
To be part of such a great team.
They gave everything this week.
To have such a great captain. To play as well as we did. Has to be one of the best weeks of my life.
We're united by a culture. We're united by a generation of players that have come before us. A good pairing in the European team doesn't mean playing with your best mate. You know, it means about representing something bigger than yourself. And I feel like that's, for me, what being a European Ryder Cup player is all about.
I hope every single one of my teammates will want me back on Bethpage.
For me, winning the Ryder Cup is bucket list, dream come true stuff. In my head, I've done pretty much as there is to do, you know, apart from winning away Ryder Cup.
Whatever the narrative is for that given Ryder Cup, it's important that you have a story. And when the whole team buy into what that story is, I think that's when special things happen.